Hey guys,
Technical difficulties suck.
a lot. And this episode was a victim to shitty audio.
Again.
And, you know, it's kind of funny because we haven't actually figured out why, but it happened again. So there are going to be some words that sound like they're coming out of a robot's ass.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty bad.
We're sorry. We're not going to re-record the whole episode.
Shit happens.
Enjoy anyway. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, it's dark.
The moon landing happened, Jake.
Real dad shit, dog.
Don't fuck with me or I'm gonna fuck with you.
For all the emo sad girls. I want to touch bellies with this movie.
How's it going, Jake?
Yeah, not great.
What's going on, bro? What's happening?
The spider that was on the wall is no longer visible.
So, just you should give them the history because they might not know the history of our old pal here.
Yeah, there's a spider that's been here like the past 4 times we record. Normally it's in view. It's not. So it was when we got here. When we got here, it was perfectly in view and I knew where it was. So my automatic assumption is if I can't see it, it's on me.
I see. So you were kind of like in a good place with where he was hanging out when we first got here.
Yeah, it's fine as long as I know where he is.
Yep.
Currently, I don't.
All right. So let's just jump into some shit here. Now, Jake, I've asked you not to look at my screen because I'm not sure what kind of reaction you're going to have to this news. I'm going to read you some names, okay? But I'm going to give you no context. I'm going to read you some names. Adele, Beyonce, Blink-182, Bring Me the Horizon, AC/DC, Billy Joel, Celine Dion, David Bowie, Halsey, Harry Styles, Hozier, James Arthur, JoJo Siwa, Lil Nas X, Miley Cyrus, One Direction, Pharrell Williams, Pink Floyd, System of a Down, Chainsmokers, Train, and Tyler, the Creator.
Sounds like Coachella.
So the one thing
with AC/DC, I don't know.
The one thing that all these artists have in common is they're on the same record label. They now share a record label with Bilmuri. Oh. Columbia Records has signed Bilmuri.
Columbia, right? Okay, yeah, why the fuck is JoJo Siwa on Columbia?
I have no fucking idea, bro. Bro, is it just like maybe they're the type of record label that don't give a fuck what you sound like? They have so much money it doesn't matter. And if you're like making views, like if people listen to your shit, they'll sign you. But so Bill Murray's on the same record label as AC/DC, Bring Me the Horizon, Adele, and Beyonce.
And JoJo Siwa.
I only put that name in there because I thought you'd have like a reaction.
Yeah, that's my reaction. Like, what the fuck? Why?
But yeah, you can look now. This was the Instagram post he made, them absolutely signing. He said, Columbia, Bill Murray equals absolutely Sigma Chad levels of music.
I sure hope so. Yeah.
Now,
it's no longer Johnny Frank Productions.
It is no longer Johnny Frank Productions. And you want to know how I found this out? It wasn't through the Instagram post. Columbia's already started DMCA striking people for playing his music on YouTube and TikTok. Yeah. So there is good to this and there is bad to this.
Wait, so they it gets backdated?
What do you mean?
So they've started. When did he get what songs are under their umbrella of the record label? Is it just all of his music now?
He signed a week ago.
And
it started this week. So it's everything on American Motorsports. The new album it's now going to be released by this record label.
So now we just can't use the new stuff.
Yeah.
That's fine. There's a catalog.
No, and also, do you know what DMCA means? Because I'm not sure that I quite grasp it. Does it mean your video has to get taken down, you get a strike on your channel, or does it just mean it can't be monetized? Because that's a big difference when it comes to reactors and stuff.
I think it depends. So DMCA stands for Digital Millennium Copyright Act.
So does that answer our question?
You get copyright stricken.
Okay, all right. So it's bad. It's big time.
Yes.
Let's talk about this because, first of all, I'm going to make this very fucking clear right now. Bill Murray's not losing any love. In fact, I think that he deserves this because this is the type of record label where you can do shit with.
Oh, yeah. They'll give you money. like a lot of money.
Now, it does suck for us in the beginning fans because, you know, I almost like grew up. We came up watching music videos filmed on what is probably an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
God damn it! Say the magic words.
As you can hear, pause for train.
We are back. We did not get run over by the train this time. I swear that train a couple weeks ago that went by.
It was loud.
It was loud. That one was
a very loud train. All right, unpause for train.
Yeah. So Jake, tell me your initial reaction, good and bad, to hearing this. Like, how does it make you feel?
Well, I would have to know what the negotiations were.
Which we would never will.
No, for the contract. Like, I don't want him to be held back by certain stipulations of what they want. Like, expectations that they have, and he doesn't have the creative ability that he wants. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he would go for that. But he sees himself kind of blowing up, and it could actually take off pretty well, which it kind of already has. But if you really want to get big, you kind of need a record label for promotion and a lot of extra money that you didn't have to put in yourself.
Yeah, and I think it's a good sign that they're signing him kind of late into the rollout of the new album already, because these music videos that he's been making is Bill Murray. Like, and he didn't really make that many music videos prior to this album. Like, a lot of bands will do like 4 music videos per album. That we did not get that on past Bill Murray albums. Mm-mm. So the vibe is here. It's not like a past vibe that we might not get back now that he's signed. Because if you remember, A Day to Remember signed to Fueled by Ramen like a year or 2 before You're Welcome came out. This is like, all right, we're already in it. If you want to give me, Johnny Frank, the financial backing to make this what it can be, great, I'll sign on the dotted line. But I don't think they could change the rollout process for this era. At this point, it's already set.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm not saying, maybe he signed it a while ago, right? But the point is that he posted about it after we already had, 3 music videos, 4 singles, 5 singles if All Gas is on there?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to affect much. Also, the man is a meme god. If any record label...
I don't think you can wrangle the meme god.
No, I really don't think you can. And I think he'd be willing to just say, pull a middle finger out of his pocket and tell him to go fly a kite. He'll just continue with Johnny Frank Productions. But the DMCA thing it's not a great start. And you know that's not his decision. I think that's just part of being on the same record label as Adele and Beyonce. Like,
that's true.
Because you never see people reacting to the new Beyonce song, and that's why. They get a fucking strike on their channel.
Yeah, there's a lot of hoops you got to go through to be able to, like, I don't know, some stuff you just can't use at all.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I guess it depends on who wants to copyright strike it or not.
So from what I understand, the rule...
I think a lot of it is like automated though.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's AI.
Yeah, it's all AI that it just scans through. You can't get away. It doesn't matter how small your channel is, even if you're not even monetized.
Yeah, and the reason I know it's AI is because I've been getting copy striked on our last few YouTube videos for our theme song. Even though I technically have a license to use it. And if I was to go to YouTube and be like, hey, fix this, they probably would, right? Because I have a document that I could give them that says I can use the song for monetization purposes. Even though, well, never mind. No, we make millions of dollars on this podcast. We rolling in it. Jake, tell them how much you made last week.
So if you take 0.
Oh, God.
You add it to 0.
0 times 1 is what?
Yeah, it's 0.
Terrence Howard would say you made $1. Yeah, no, this podcast doesn't make money. But let's say a video of mine on YouTube did blow up.
Also, that's very racist of you to say.
Oh, my God. I deleted that fucking comment.
Good.
And you know what's funny? No one else ever commented on the video.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It was just that one guy.
How did you even get here? How did you get here?
Yeah, we got accused of being racist because we thought Terrence Howard's math was wrong. It's fine. Anyway, sad day for the people that like to use his songs. But like, you can still use 30 seconds of it without getting yelled at. So I think that it is right now with what we've seen. I can say it's probably a good thing because I don't think Johnny Frank will be wrangled.
I think giving that man more money is always a good thing.
Yeah. So we're going to get 2 combines. So remember, we start with the riding mower, push mower, riding mower, combine. What is next?
Crop duster. A plane.
He's singing it in the plane. They film in it like they filmed fucking Top Gun Maverick.
Or they're at least flying over top of him during some kind of big... Oh, with a breakdown? With the plane flying over?
Bro, they just get the Blue Angels at this point.
It just keeps going.
Good for Bill Murray. I'm okay with the move.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into some songs. All right, let's jump into the home team song. Walk This World With Me by the home team. What you think? You've been recently getting into the home team, right?
Yeah, you've got me into them a lot more. I have been listening to them quite a bit more than I used to. It's become one of my like go-tos for riding the motorcycle.
I love those magic words. Yeah, what? You got me into them. I get so many people into so many bands.
Oh yeah.
I see,
and
I have a person that does that to me, and then I do it to other people.
Yeah.
So
I think I've got you into a few things too.
You got me into Ice Nine Kills.
Initially, yeah.
Because you and your wife got me into Ice Nine Kills while I was living with you in a very dark part of my life. And I remember specifically the song Star-Crossed Enemy. It opened the floodgates because then I discovered Me, Myself, and Hyde and The Nature of the Beast. And that was when I like had decided I was a fan of that band. So anyway, back to the home team. It's a soft song, and they don't make a whole lot of like the soft, feely songs. It's not a common occurrence for them.
Yeah, it's always been more like poppy and upbeat and...
Heavy pop, as they call it in their bio.
Heavy pop. Okay. That's accurate.
Because they do have some really chuggy guitar songs too, which is awesome. But this song it brought it down. It was a little lighthearted it sounded like a song he could have written to like his girlfriend or something like that. And I vibed with it. I thought it was really good. It's a good contrast for the album. I feel like the home team is just such a special band for me because they are very light, like a poppy rock kind of group. But they're touring with the same bands that I've been listening to for years. And I think that this song is really good, and it makes me even more excited for the album coming out.
I do vibe with it. I'll probably listen to it again because sometimes I do just put on the home team and just let it shuffle play.
How far back have you gone with them?
Not super far.
Not super far. I feel like that's kind of the consensus.
I just play whatever my phone wants to play me.
You don't go in and select a new song every time the song ends. I guess you can't really do that at your work, can you?
No, not when I'm working or when I'm riding the motorcycle. That's usually where I consume music, driving or working.
So you just let shit play.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just the home team. So
sometimes. Because I normally only have like a 10-minute ride home.
Yeah.
So I'll pick like one thing I kind of want to listen to, or I'll use like the daily mix things, which sometimes just start with the home team now.
Hey, I'm down. I'm down for you getting more and more into them, because honestly, the home team has a real chance at beating Bring Me for my album of the year. Right now, Bring Me the Horizon is my favorite album so far, but I've been saying since January that home team could top it. Like it's going to be down to those two for sure. And for what it's worth, I haven't actually announced this yet, and I don't really feel like I need to, but we're going to be doing a special like at end of year tier for albums and artists and songs. We usually just do it in our like group chats and stuff, but we're doing it on the motherfucking podcast this year.
Do we have guests? Maybe.
Do you really want to reveal all the secrets that I don't have yet?
We haven't made plans for this.
There's no plans.
All right.
We might get a whole couch in here and just load cool. Bodies on it.
And just argue about stuff.
Pass the mic around like an old school interview style. It'd be pretty sick. But the world will find out Aaron's album of the year because, millions of people want to hear it. I'm going to give that song a 4 out of 5. I can't. Home team doesn't miss. Not with these singles they've been releasing.
I'll just have to take your 4. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm going to go with.
Good song.
Good song.
The next song we're going to talk about, Funeral Verse, the new single by Our Hollow, Our Home. This is a band that I've been listening to pretty consistently for the last year. This band has an interesting story too, because they've made, I think, 3 albums with their 5-piece, I want to say. And then one day the whole band left, except for the singer. He's a singer and I guess the rhythm guitarist. And he believed in this band so much that he went out and hired a whole new band, reconnected with people, and brought them back, basically.
Sounds like somebody we talked to recently.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
It's kind of faint in my head, but... Oh, I know who it was. It was Kellen Quinn. Kellen Quinn, yep. No, we talked to Illest, and I guess we're going to plug our previous kind of in the middle of the episode. But anyway.
Yes, it sounds a lot like Micah from Illest, rebuilding the band.
Yeah.
Into what he wants.
And Illest is... we're going to take a pause, talk about Illest for a second. Their new single on the day we're recording this came out, and it's fucking amazing. You can go watch the video of us reacting to the new song and music video with Micah, and it was sick. That was like one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, it was a great episode. I love talking to him. I'd met him a few times before. Never really actually got to talk to him.
Do you think he remembered you?
Maybe. I mean, I've seen him at least 5 times.
That's true, because we used to hang out at Dapper Dan's in Lynchburg. And
I think I've definitely helped them load shit into their trailer before, like I usually did when I was there.
This is going to sound really fucked up, but hear me out. You seem like the type of guy that helps a lot of people that people don't remember helping them.
Exactly. I am what you call a background person.
You're an NPC?
I am an NPC background person.
Not to me, bud.
Thanks.
Well, don't worry. We'll never have a fight. So, Our Hollow, Our Home. What did you think?
I need to listen to them more.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I don't listen to them nearly enough. I need to try to play it more so that Spotify realizes that's something I want to listen to, because I use their automated playlists too much, and then stuff just gets filtered out, and it usually just winds up being the same shit every time.
I want you listeners to picture Jake convincing Spotify like a naggy wife that he likes something for real.
What I do to Spotify is I'll just intentionally play the same thing over and over and over and over and over until it finally puts it in one of those stupid daily mixes, because that's what I rely on.
It's like, Spotify, God damn it, I've listened to the song 8 times. You don't think I want to listen to it a 9th?
Put it in there. Put more of their stuff in there.
Yeah.
There was a meme that I saw that was like, when you hit shuffle on Spotify.
Dude, Spotify Shuffle is the worst.
It's the worst.
You put it like, okay, let's say you have like, I did this on the way home from our vacation a couple weeks ago. I made a playlist for Virginia and I to listen to. And it was like 20 songs by Bring Me the Horizon, 10 songs from 21 Pilots. And there were probably like another 15, 20 artists. It would play 5 21 Pilot songs in a row, 4 Bring Me the Horizon songs in a row, and it wouldn't actually shuffle. And I've been dealing with this shit with Spotify for years. So Our Hollow, Our Home is a band you want to get into.
I do want to get more into them, because every time I hear it, I really like it. And then I wind up not listening to it again for some reason. I need to just search it so it's in there and I remember it, because I'll just not remember.
My favorite song by them came out a few years ago, and it's a song featuring Ryo from Crystal Lake.
I've heard that one.
He's not with Crystal Lake anymore, but yeah, they're really good. I'm going to give the new single also a 4 out of 5. I thought it was a good, very good metalcore song.
Yeah, good classic metalcore structured, like 4 out of 5. Yeah,
4 out of 5. Fuck yeah, we got 2 4s in a row.
Good song.
And just one more thing on Our Hollow, Our Home. Their thing, if you're interested in like finding new music that you haven't listened to, and trust me, their thing is they do really good choruses. Like, think of like Beartooth choruses, like when In Between came out, and that was like, it kind of shook the world of scene a little bit, because it was like, it's so heavy, but it's so melodic. That's Our Hollow, Our Home. All right, moving on. Let You Go by All That Remains. Now, if you remember, we talked about an All That Remains song 2 weeks ago. Oh, hey, Jake, pause for Spider.
Oh, he's back. We're
good.
We're good. He's still over there.
Let You Go by All That Remains. If you remember, we talked about All That Remains a couple weeks ago. They're rolling out singles for the new album. We really, really liked the first single. Mm-hmm. I think there's more of a conversation to be had here about this one. And this is not we hate All That Remains. We love All That Remains because I think him and I both like eras of All That Remains. We actually went back and listened to a few All That Remains songs, and I've recently listened to this Calling because the last single reminded me a lot of this Calling. This was a little different. This one, I would argue, was a little more aimed at modern octane metalcore. But you had an issue with the song, and it's a very small issue, but go and tell them about it.
Well, the second half of the song is a lot better than the first half.
For sure.
I had a problem with like the first half verses, I guess. It had an odd sound to it.
Like his vocals?
His vocals were a little weird. It sounded kind of old manish to me.
What did you tell me?
I said it sounded like I could hear his mustache.
And that was the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard.
You can almost hear that his upper lip does not move enough.
You can tell that man's mustache is so long that his mouth doesn't seal properly. Like And he loves All That Remains.
I do love All That Remains.
He's not just bullying for the sake of bullying.
That was just something that came to my head that I thought was pretty hilarious.
The second half of the song is so much better than the first half.
So good.
The
instrumental is stupendous.
Oh my gosh, dude. The fucking drums on that song are incredible. Mm-hmm. But the story here is because I listened to like the first half of it when it came out and then turned it off. So I didn't hear the second half of the song. So when Jake and I sat down today to watch the video, I was kind of like, yeah, I've heard this. And then the second half of the song really took it up a notch,
Wait a minute. I haven't heard this.
Philip is a great vocalist. He's got good screams. He's got good cleans. But there is something odd that he does with his voice when he's kind of doing like the... Is that a good way?
I hear that. Uh-huh.
Oh, what's your version?
I don't have a version. I'm not going to do that.
I don't like that vocal style. That's my point. But he shows in this song that his voice is still great. It's just not that sound.
Yeah. His screams in that song were really good.
Was it similar to you not liking Dave from Disturbed's part on the Nothing More song? Like you wish he would have done the vocal verse a little different?
Yes.
Because you liked the chorus of both songs.
Yeah, the chorus was really good, but... Yeah, I don't know. There's just certain things that the older generation dad rock vocals...
We looked it up, too.
I feel like they should kind of... I mean, I get that it's kind of their sound, but I feel like they should move on from.
Well, and I mean, can you really say it's their sound?
No, because that sounds different than what it used to be.
It sounds different than the last single that came out.
True.
It sounds different than the really melodic... what was the song you had me play? Oh, wait. Was that your song? Never mind. That was your throwback song. It sounds a lot different than their song with Danny from Asking Alexandria. What's that song called?
Well, I mean, you said This Calling earlier. It sounds a lot different than This Calling.
Yeah, for sure.
His vocals in that song were really, really good.
Do you think he looked the exact same? We noticed that he kind of had Chad energy in one of the older videos.
That's the look, though. That's the dad rock look.
And was like Fred Durst like one of the first ones that like...
No, his was different, though.
His was like different.
That like wannabe street cred look. Because he always had like the flat brim hat.
I see.
Like baggy pants. And the singer for All That Remains has that like southern dad look. Not in the way Bill Murray. Not like a dad of a teenager.
Right.
But like the dad of, I don't know. No, wait. Southern stepdad look. That's what it is.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Not dad look. That's the stepdad.
So how do we rate this song? Because if we're just going on the first half, like 1, 2 out of 10 or 2 out of 5?
2 on the first half, 4 on the second half.
Yeah. So I'm going to give it a 3, I think.
3, yeah.
Going higher?
Good. Nah, 3's good.
3 good. So is that still?
3 good. Mid-song.
But if you just want to start the song and like halfway through, you'll have a great time.
Yeah. Just
Or
skip a couple minutes.
Just don't take our words for it, because maybe you like that style of vocal that he does. But yeah, we'll definitely check out the next single. We'll definitely check out the album when it comes out.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so this song came out 3 weeks ago, but it has gained a lot of traction over the last few weeks. So I want to talk about the song by Lakeview featuring Gideon, Money Where Your Mouth Is. And I want to make this clear. I remembered the name of that song without looking for it on this list.
Check one for Aaron.
Country metalcore.
I'm for it.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's fucking solid.
I'm good for I like the country metalcore.
I don't know.
I feel like that's like the only like country collaboration that I can get behind.
Yeah.
Country rap, garbage.
Garbage.
Pop country, garbage.
There's some... Continue.
Don't you dare put yourself in that hole.
I'm not. I'm pretty sure there is a pop... I mean, Taylor Swift stuff was pop country back in the day. That stuff was good. We said we liked old Taylor Swift. Is that not what you're referring to?
That's different.
Okay.
I'm talking about like male vocalists.
Were you looking at the camera?
No, I was just looking in a general direction. That's different.
Okay.
I'm talking like male vocalists trying to just say buzzwords.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Country buzzwords to pop beat.
Chat GPT, give me typical country words. Beer.
Beer, truck.
Backseat.
Back roads. Back seat. Fishing, maybe. A boat.
Very like not vulgar ways of talking about sex. What if her daddy catches us?
No, yeah. Man, he'll be mad. He'll probably shoot me in the face with a shotgun.
Shotgun?
Yeah, a shotgun.
Yeah.
No dog. It's probably not going to happen like that.
Old dogs getting older, my best friend.
They don't really write about stuff like that anymore. It's all just like partying and shit now. Just in a field, bunch of pickup trucks, everybody's drunk.
Yeah. So, an example of an artist that this song kind of reminded me of, minus the metalcore bit at the end, was Hardy. Yes. Hardy does like the rock country thing.
Yeah. And I kind of like it. Some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them are a bit cringe. I'm not going to lie.
It's funny because there's a certain someone that was a part of this song that is a part of a lot of Hardy songs that are written. Who is that person, Jake?
Isn't it the guy that used to sing
Wage War's ex-vocalist?
The guy that used to sing for Wage War.
Speaking of which, that album comes out on Friday.
Yeah.
And you're still not ready.
I don't know what to expect.
Will Cody make his grand return to the band?
I hope so.
No, but Cody Quistade from Wage War co-wrote this song. I don't feel like it's going to be a lot of people's thing. I feel like there's going to be some people that hate it and there's going to be some people that love it. I'm down for it. Do I like the less twangy country stuff like Bill Murray does? Yes. I don't like, because this does really sound like it could be Josh Turner with his voice pitched up a little bit kind of vibe. And then the heavy guitars and breakdown and Mr. Gideon himself in a big ass cowboy hat. But for what it is, I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Imagine that. Cody wrote a good song.
Who'd have known? Who'd have thunk it?
I'm going to give that one a 3.25, I think.
I like
It's a
that. Damn.
Are we just matching energy?
Fuck it. 3.25.
Jake, it's time for some throwbacks. What is your throwback of the week?
Well, we were talking about All That Remains, so I threw an older, different era of All That Remains.
So Jake's going to be a predictable ass bitch. I'm just kidding.
So I picked a different era of All That Remains, which was like early 2010s.
Yep.
So that was not the dad rock era.
Oh.
I don't think. That would have been after dad rock era.
No, it was still dad rock era.
It was like the end of it, though.
It was like the peak of it.
2010s.
That is their peak dad rock song, bro.
Well, I know, but I'm talking about the era with all the other artists.
Oh, I think it was towards the beginning.
The beginning of Dead?
I think it was the beginning of the Dead.
I think it was the end. Because you got to look up like Nickelback albums and shit like that to figure out when.
No, I'm talking about. Oh, we're talking about their dad rock era.
No, I'm talking about the dad rock era.
Oh, well, that's why we're not on the same page here. Because that song was the peak of All That Remains dad rock era.
Yes.
Okay.
I was talking about when everybody was making. When all these bands that were popular then and do not make music anymore.
Yeah. Fair.
Or maybe they do and nobody listens to it. But I do admire All That Remains for persevering and trying to.
I'm glad
they've changed their sounds quite a bit.
Yeah. I'm glad that they did the dad rock successful thing and then still came back into metalcore. I think that's even more impressive.
But anyway, the name of the song was What If I Was Nothing?
What If I Was Nothing? Okay, so I think that is top 3 All That Remains choruses of all time.
Yeah.
It is such a good fucking hook.
And I think it's one of their top 5 songs no matter where you look it up. Like top 5 most played.
All right, so we got 2 weeks. Now Let Them Tremble,
Yeah.
This Calling, What If I Was Nothing,
That's
and
4.
then their new
Yeah.
song, Divine.
I mean, What If I Was Nothing's got.
The Thunder Rolls cover was the very first song I ever heard by this band.
I'm sorry.
But you don't like it?
I mean, I like it, but
I thought it was great.
For that to be the first one?
Well, yeah, it should have been the one you
What
showed
If I
me.
Was Nothing has 67 million plays.
That's a lot. Oh, so it is their most played song.
No, 2 weeks is.
No. Oh, yes. 113 million. Yeah. All right. So, like, just looking back at their discography a little bit, right? I'm going to just look back here.
Have you ever played like their old stuff?
Well, This Calling came out in 2006. So, yeah.
Just keep scrolling.
Holy shit, they started earlier than I thought.
Yeah, I don't think you realize how heavy they were back then. So anyway,
Yes.
It went heavy, dad rock, ballady, like softer.
Ballady dad rock.
Yeah, ballady, dad rock, and now we're back to heavy again.
Which is awesome, actually.
Yeah.
For a 50-year-old, I mean, I'm not saying the band's 50, but the average member age is probably like between 40 and 50.
And I'm sure they've replaced some. I don't keep up with that much of it to know which members are original or not. Obviously, the drummer's new.
Yeah, we watched
just
them
by watching videos. Yeah,
we were like, oh yeah, that's not the same drummer. So, yeah, All That Remains is a cool band to keep on your radar. And why did you pick this song as your throwback? Just because it's a good classic All That Remains ballad track?
Yep.
Was that the first All That Remains song you ever heard? Or were you listening to them before the dad rock era?
That might have been close to one of the first ones I've heard because I think that was like a radio song back in the day.
For sure.
When I was growing up. What did I say? That was 2012.
Yeah.
So I would have been mid-high school.
Mid-high school, okay.
Before I got into heavier stuff. So yeah, that would have been probably one of the things I would have listened to.
Very nice. Good throwback choice. I like it. My throwback choice this week is going to be not quite as old as yours, but an older Dayseeker song, Vultures. So this was the first single that came out after I was a fan. So when you get into a band and you listen to them for like a year and then they drop a new single and it's like, yeah, this is the first single I was a part of.
So since you became a fan, that's the first new song.
Yes, that has come out.
So you've listened to a lot of their old stuff and you're like, okay, now what? And then they drop this on you.
You always remember that song. That were like, okay, I really fuck with this band. I think I had even seen them live before Vultures came out. And then Vultures came out and I was fucking amazed. The song was fucking incredible. Now Dayseeker doesn't really do the whole post-hardcore sound very often anymore.
No, and according to the subtitles.
Want to tell them what the subtitle said while we were watching that song?
Oh, what did it say?
I accidentally turned the captions on for the video, and I wanted to see how good it was. It said, intense post-hardcore music, or something like that.
Intense post-hardcore.
I was like, that's how you know it's AI.
Thanks. I'm glad I'm... Why are you watching music videos if you're deaf?
Well, no, I mean, I watch When I watch movies, I keep captions on. It's kind of the same thing. Maybe you have trouble understanding lyrics.
Yeah, but why do you need to describe the music that is being played? Like somebody that can't hear it knows what post-hardcore sounds like.
Definitely don't need them to describe the music in the middle of the lyrics, no. Unless you're deaf. Maybe you just like watching Rory make shapes with his mouth.
Yeah, but you know what post-hardcore sounds like. Unless you're like newly deaf. You're like,
well, maybe they listened to music and then like had an accident or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe they're newly deaf.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can imagine what post-hardcore sounds like.
Probably. I really just think it was part of an AI generator that just went too far, but who knows?
But those are always the funniest.
I chose this song because it's it is probably one of my favorite Dayseeker songs. And it's the one song I wish they'd start playing live again. Because they played it live when I watched them play like 200 people. And it was such a banger.
That would be lit. I've never got to see them play that live.
Vultures?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they're going to, unfortunately. What do you think of my throwback?
That's a very good throwback. I love that song. And currently, I don't think it's... You're right, they're probably not going to play it because I don't think it's the era that they're in right now. Mm-hmm. He's in his Super Sad Boy era.
It's called more Dreamcore is what it's called right now.
And that is not where Vultures fits in.
Vultures does not fit in Dreamcore. I think Dayseeker will go heavy again.
You think so?
Eventually, yeah.
Is that your predictions?
That's my predictions.
You're gonna open your betting app and let's see.
Plus 200
plus 200 plus 200
plus 200 odds that Dayseeker
goes heavy again.
Yeah.
Just over under.
and you got to think, what do you count as heavy? Because there's a difference between Vultures heavy and like Neon Graves heavy, right? Because Neon Graves has the heavy part at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Vultures goes in heavy.
Vultures is heavy chorus, heavy. I mean, that's just, and it's such a good song. What else can I say about this song? I mean, you could. It's also funny watching the video and realizing how little of a budget they used to have, because their videos are all pretty and colorful now, and it's like that video is like in a house in a neighborhood. Mm-hmm. The subject matter of the song is very dark. It's
as per usual.
Yeah. The song is talking. Well, the album is a concept record, right? Dreaming is sinking, waking is rising, and that is the first song on the album. And it's about a dude that tries to help a girl who is potentially being assaulted, and he gets knocked out and hurt and put in a coma. And then the rest of the album is him living through a coma. Mm-hmm. Very cool concept. Video and song pretty dark, but the subject matter. And I will say, now Vultures definitely came out first, but one of our favorite bands, and actually a couple friends of mine in Census, have a song called Sunbeam.
Yep.
That is very similar.
Thinking the same thing.
And it's so good.
That's such a good song.
Shout out Census.
That is I think that's the first song I heard from them on TikTok, and then I sent it to you.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
It was like that was during your era where you were sending me a TikTok band every week.
There was so many of them.
I guess the market
doesn't pop up as much now.
No, I think the market got oversaturated. But I
don't see them.
We're seeing a band live that did blow up on TikTok, Catch Your Breath.
Yeah.
Opening for Dayseeker and Alpha Wolf. So I mean, they still happen. It's just I don't think it's as frequent.
God, that's gonna be a good show.
Oh, it's gonna be such
I'm
a good
losing
show.
My voice at that show.
For sure. You're losing your voice at Bill Murray.
Yeah, but the Bill Murray show is different because every single band that's playing that day, well, I don't think I can really sing along to that much Alpha Wolf, but every other band other than them, I know probably most of the songs they're going to play.
Yeah. I was thinking back the other day and like realizing how much I've been getting into Catch Your Breath, and like I don't remember their song titles as much as I usually would have, but
Dial Tone
and what is it? Something Gun Salute.
21 Gun Salute.
21 Gun Salute. That song is fucking fire too. I'm gonna lose my voice to both of those songs.
Yep.
But let's transition. We've covered our throwbacks. We've covered the new songs. Let's get into some top topics, because what I want to talk about is actually a tour that I'm going to see Jake unfortunately cannot make it because he's already going to too many concerts this year.
Yeah, the wife's already not happy. So she's starting to get a little jealous because
start bringing her.
If I go, then she can't because somebody's got to stay home with the baby.
You got to let the baby come.
He can't go to shows.
Ronnie Radke said, "If you have a baby, throw it in the middle of that."
Not yet. He can't deal with stuff being on his head yet, so he can't really wear the earmuffs. He kind of hates stuff being on his head.
So that's a good topic, though. What age do you think you will start bringing your kid to shows?
As soon as he can wear earmuffs and not constantly try to take them off.
Yeah.
So as soon as he can do that, because I'm obviously not going to take him to a show without hearing protection.
Oh, for sure, not.
So whenever he'll put up with having earmuffs on, then we'll start taking him.
So like sitting on your shoulders watching it, like...
He's also not big enough for that yet either.
Okay.
So I'd say walking, being able to put up with longer car rides, because right now more than like the last hour of every 3-hour car ride is hell.
And he's also at the age right now where you have to be like really protective of his hearing, right?
Yeah.
Like even with earmuffs on, it's probably too much right now. Yeah. I don't actually know the science. I'm just assuming.
Oh yeah. He's not even walking yet. He's just over a year. So.
But he will.
Maybe by 2.
He will experience a metalcore show is what you're saying?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Maybe by 2 years old, he's walking around. He's developing a personality, stuff like that.
It would be my honor to help assist you in choosing you, your wife, and your kids for a show together.
She wants to go to a Dayseeker show. She's jealous every time I go see Dayseeker.
What's the last show she went to?
She went to the Two Sides of Me an Archer show without me. That was the last one she went to.
Oh yeah, that's right, because I was there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I forget where I was. Not there.
Yeah, not there. But yeah, the show I'm going to, I am so excited because I have been wanting to see Bless the Fall for like 15 fucking years. And I finally have the opportunity, and I get to make up for Polaris dropping off the Dayseeker tour. I get to see Polaris as headline, Bless the Fall direct support with 1,000 Below and Nerve as openers. Fucking stacked bill, bro.
Yeah.
I am so excited for that show. And it's not that I'm not excited for the other 8 shows I'm going to at the end of the year, but it's Bless the Fall has been a part of my rotation since before Spotify. I mean, they were part of like the Christcore bands at the time, like the Christian bands, and that I was allowed to listen to. So I listened to them a lot. Sad you can't go, but I'm very hyped. We have a lot of shows we're going to together, though.
Yeah.
I mean, is it Bilmuri and Dayseeker? Are those the only 2, or was there another one?
There's the one that I'm going to with my dad.
Oh, yeah. Have you bought tickets for that yet?
No, I really need to. But, God, life hits hard.
It does.
I got taxes due. All my cars need the registration renewed next month. It sounds
like you're writing a country song right now.
It's hard right now.
No, I'd be like that. But yeah, those 2 shows are going to be great. Alpha Wolf. Fucking taxes.
Tax this dick. All right.
All right. So I got one more story for us today before we just random chit chat and close this thing out.
This is a message to the scene that I once grew up in. The scene that I helped add value to from the MySpace days and on and forward, back when My Chemical Romance was thriving, and then I jump onto the scene around that time. This is my goodbye to all those days that were once so awesome before the internet and Twitter and all this, or X or whatever, became so toxic. Because nowadays you can just go on here and you can say anything you want. You can call people predators and then you'll get a whole bunch of likes, and it just doesn't sit right with me anymore. Plus, on top of it, man, my band has grown so much exponentially to a point to where I'm not even a part of this scene anymore. So I don't know why you guys feel the need to talk about me, because my band alone is much bigger than your entire scene.
So Ronnie Radke says goodbye to the scene. I have 2 words.
My band is bigger than the entire scene.
Bye, bitch. Salutations. No, and he kind of goes into this video that I don't even know where he posted it. It's probably TikTok, honestly. But
yeah, it was jumbled up like it was TikTok.
He's talking about like how he's outgrown the scene, and well, he doesn't leave the scene without bragging about how big he made it first, right? He put himself up there with My Chemical Romance.
Damn, it's almost like he still plays those songs at every fucking show, though, because that's the ones that people want to hear.
I'm pretty sure he still plays old Escape the Fate songs. Like,
how are you gonna say you're leaving this, leaving the seat? I heard a knock up on the door at every show.
Do it with me. Still evaporates. Bro. You ain't leaving the goddamn scene. The scene is never going to stop talking about you. You're going to keep touring with scene bands. Like, what the fuck are you on?
You can't play your scene songs at every single show and then say you're leaving the scene.
Yeah, no, for real. You can't get involved in...
It's like, oh, wait, that's where all my money is.
You can't create drama with Chris Motionless from Motionless in White and then say you're leaving the scene.
If you're leaving the scene... Don't play any of your old songs.
Yeah, start over.
Watch people not come to your shows anymore.
Yeah. He'll never say goodbye to the scene because I guarantee you 75% of his listeners listen to Motionless in White, listen to Memphis Mayfire, listen to Sleeping with Sirens. Like, it's the fucking market. You have been catering to the same market for most of your career, and then you decided to add the racists, the homophobes, all those people in. So... Still, even with your new crowd of Falling in Reversers, there are still people that listen to scene bands, and that is just never going to go away.
Who do you tour with?
Well, they're touring with Hollywood Undead and Tech Nine. So it is the perfect time for him to be like, peace out. But I guarantee you, comes back to the States and he is. He's touring the Popular Monster Tour Part 2. Who is that with again?
I bet it's scene bands.
It is scene bands, 100%. Dance Gavin Dance, Black Veil Brides, and Tech Nine.
Sounds pretty scene to me.
Yeah. No, I bet
Other than Tech Nine, I guess.
Well, that's just because Tech Nine was featured on a fucking song. And if you want to talk about how big you are and how you've outgrown your scene, listen, I'm talking to you, Ronnie Radke. If you want to talk about how you've outgrown the scene and how you're just too big for it, I want you to hit up my boy Oliver Sykes and Bring Me the Horizon, who has millions of listeners on your stupid little fucking band. All right? Yeah, you got Jelly Roll in a song. Yeah, it was good. Okay. Guess where that song got most of its listens from? The motherfucking scene. This is fucking SceneLabs, and this is unacceptable. Unless he's actually leaving. In which case, fine with me. See if I give a shit. Don't let the door hit you on your way out. I'm done being aggressive now.
This man.
You know, if he's not seeing it anymore, we just shouldn't talk about him.
Yeah, that's...
Never gonna happen?
That's semi-impossible. He creates so many situations in himself that obviously works for people talking about him.
But that's what I'm saying, right? He can't, if he's truly serious about leaving the scene, don't start beefs with fucking Chris Motionless. Don't start beefs with
people that are better than you.
Yeah, for real. Oh, you want to talk about how Bring Me the Horizon is so great? Okay. Their scene. Motherfucker, they toured with the fucking band that dropped off your tour with Spirit Box. They tour with fucking Polaris. They toured with Bad Omens. Let's look up a Falling in Reverse set list.
You wrote that shit, dog. How are you gonna...
All right, we're just gonna pull up this random date in Grand Rapids, Michigan from January of this year. Not a headlining. Whatever. Zombified, I'm Not a Vampire. First Falling in Reverse album. Losing My Mind, Fuck You and All Your Friends. Last date or Falling in Reverse album. The Drug in Me Is You.
Scene. The biggest Scene song.
Just Like You. Scene. Watch the World Burn, Voices in My Head, Popular Monster. And that's a festival date or some shit. That's a supporting act. That was probably actually on the Avenged Sevenfold tour. Let me go back even further a little, like last year. My point is, two of the biggest songs on the set list, I'm Not a Vampire and The Drug in Me Is You, bro, you would have none of those listened if it wasn't for the fucking scene.
You wouldn't be where you are if it wasn't for the season.
No. You want to say that, oh, the scene's toxic, and it is, just like any scene, not just like the alternative music scene. Any scene is toxic, but this scene built you. This scene gave you the life that you have. That's all I got to say about the matter.
Every time you say that, I just think of Forrest Gump.
Which
and that's all I got to say about that. When he's doing his interview.
And that's all I got to say.
That's all I got to say about that.
Thank you. Well, I think that pretty much wraps things up today. One last thing, I guess we can... What are your final words as a Wage War fan before this new album?
God, I hope it's good.
So you're not ready to give like a goodbye speech?
They could turn it around if it's bad. Maybe. If people tell them it's bad, then maybe they'll turn it around.
Tune in
if it's bad.
Tune in next week to find out.
I don't know if it's going to be bad. It might be good. I don't know.
It's going to be okay, though.
It's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
It's all going to be okay.
Wage War drops an hour long, just screams and riffs so far. I'm excited to talk about it either way. I think it's going to be a good conversation.
Cody's too busy writing fucking Ronnie Radke songs.
If the video listeners, if you tune in next week and Jake has a liquid death, we're good. If you tune in next week and Jake has a corona, we're not doing too great.
We'll see how it goes.
Honestly, I think it would be funny if you just came to the podcast wasted one.
And another thing.
I got more to say about that. All right. Well, peace out, everyone. See you next week.
Bye.
Hey, guys.